What happens to children who grow up in the tallest mountains on Earth? Does their education get left behind? What a place to build a school. Have you guys seen anything like this? Because I haven't. I have never seen a location like this for a school. I came here to find out, and I'm bringing you along this journey with me. Imagine being a child and coming here, this is your school, right? What a view. I mean, you're here on the seesaw and you're going up and down with the view. You're there on the swing, okay? And you're swinging about with this view. And this is just your everyday life. This is your norm, this is your life. Himalayan people consist of numerous ethnic groups and tribes, each with their own rich cultures and isolated languages. You'll find them spread across a complex range known as the Trans Himalayas, where the tallest mountains on the planet collide. The Himalayas nudge into the Karakorams, while the Hindu Kush and Pamirs elbow each other for more room, creating a rugged, dramatic landscape unlike anywhere else on Earth. Inevitably, the Trans Himalayas are home to some of the highest altitude schools in the world, where students grow up surrounded by peaks that most of us sea-level people will only ever see in pictures and documentaries. Just look at this. Just look at this. Imagine this is your school, okay? This is where you study, this is where you come to learn, this is where you play, and this is your view, right? These mountains is like, for me in England, the lampposts that I see on a daily basis. Look at that. Now in this region, the Himalayas, Karakorams, Hindu Kush and Pamirs, where they collide is also known as Bam-e-Dunya, which translates to the roof of the world. For centuries, people have lived here on the roof of the world, cut off and isolated from the rest of the planet, forced to adapt to some of the harshest environments on Earth. Out of these 4 great ranges, I had the privilege of teaching in the Karakorams, the second tallest mountain range in the world after the Himalayas, specifically in the north of Pakistan, in the district that borders China and Afghanistan. Hunza. Hunza is renowned as paradise on earth, and also its 97% literacy rate, with women leading in education. I arrived in Hunza as a lone female backpacker, another traveller, but was welcomed in by a tribe within the Burusho ethnic group. The Burusho people exist only in the Karakoram Mountains and Himalayas. They have lived here for centuries, cut off from the rest of the world, and speak a rare and isolated language, Burusho. In a world where languages belong to families, Burusho stands alone as a complete linguistic mystery. The language has survived for centuries without ever being written and not spoken anywhere else on Earth. However, researchers working to preserve the language have begun to write Burusho in the Roman and Arabic script. Now, I don't speak a word of Burusho. I don't speak any Himalayan language. But what I did do is learn the national language of Pakistan, Urdu. Now, many remote regions in Pakistan don't speak Urdu. However, Hunza really surprised me. Now, the literacy rate here in Hunza is very, very, very high. Pretty much everybody is educated, especially the young generation. I have not yet come across a young person that's not going to school here in Hunza. Who here can speak English? Raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand, because you all can. You're all so very clever. So because the literacy rate is so high and everybody is educated here, they all speak Urdu very, very well. I have even come across children as young as 5, 7, 8 years old that speak Urdu fluently, and bear in mind it's not their mother tongue, it's not their language. It's only the very elderly that I've come across that don't speak Urdu, because a lot of them, they've never been to school a day in their life, they're not educated at all. So what usually happens is when I come across an elderly person that doesn't speak Urdu, I need a translator, and that translator is usually their grandchild.
जितनी भी दोस्त थे सारे अंग्रेज, मैं जिस स्कूल पे गई थी, मैं जब बहुत छोटी थी, वहाँ पे सारे अंग्रेज थे और बस 3 बच्चे थे जो अंग्रेज नहीं थे, और मैं उन 3 बच्चों में से एक थी.
I spent 2 years studying Urdu, hired a teacher and hit the books hard. So by the time I arrived in Pakistan, I was fluent enough to have a conversation.
मेरा जब घूमना फिरना मुकम्मल हो जाएगा ना पाकिस्तान में, मैं उस्ताद देने वाली हूँ, मैं सही तरीके से उर्दू सीखने वाली हूँ। फिर मैं वापस आऊँगी, फिर मैं अपनी उर्दू मारूँगी आपके सामने, ठीक है? इसलिए मेरी उर्दू टूटी फूटी, आप मेरी टूटी फूटी उर्दू को नजरअंदाज करें। मेरी मादरी ज़बान अंग्रेज़ी, मैं बचपन से अंग्रेज़ी बोलते आई हूँ। आपको कौन सी ज़बान में बात करना ज़्यादा पसंद है, अंग्रेज़ी में या उर्दू में?
In this documentary, I'll take you inside 2 incredible schools in Karimabad, the main town and tourism hub of Hunza. But before I take you any further into this exciting experience, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Asra Hussain, and this is my story of teaching in the tallest mountains on earth. I'm currently sitting in the home of a gentleman who's going to be taking me to a local school here in Hunza. I'm really looking forward to today because this is going to be my first ever school in Pakistan, and what's really cool about this gentleman is that he used to be the principal of this school. The exciting peaks of Hunza naturally attract mountaineers from across the globe, and one of them was a renowned Japanese climber, Hasegawa, who had his eyes set on Ulta Peak.
Hasegawa was also interested in climbing Ulta Peak. Then it was virgin. Nobody could reach to the top of.
Okay, so it was very difficult, or was it almost impossible?
It was not too high, but because of the harsh weather and challenges, it was not possible for anybody earlier to him. They were very close to the tip, their target, but suddenly avalanche bubbled up. And then they were mixed and they were thrown down into the spine of the mountains, thousands of feet down. But
what a horrific death! I didn't realise that.
According to his will, he was buried in the lap of the mountain, very close in the spine of the Ulta Peak. The mountaineering is a game of life and death. If I couldn't come back, he said that do something for the public of Karimabad.
And Hasegawa School was born to honour his memory. The climber's wife, alongside the Japanese government, came together to build this school right here in Karimabad.
That incident made a history for Hunza.
The story is pretty incredible because who would have thought that a famous Japanese mountaineer would come from Japan to Pakistan because he loves the mountains of of the world, comes to the mountains of Pakistan and unfortunately has a horrific death here in Pakistan, and then a school is built in his name by his wife, and it's now one of the most popular schools in Hunza. So I'm sitting with Shobasa in the new principal's office. So we have the principal over there in this very fancy seat. So your name is? Rahmat Karim. And then this lovely lady sitting on the other side, she is this school's English teacher.
Yes.
And your name?
Fahmida Karim.
Fahmida Karim.
Which word is abstract? What does it mean? Students are really enjoying. Actually, I choose this profession not in terms of compulsion, but it is my passion because my mother is also a teacher. She teaches social studies and geography and history.
Wow. So both mother and daughter are teachers.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Struggle is the meaning of life. Success and failure is in hand of God. Beautiful.
अभी हम जा रहे हैं 9th grade में. May I come in?
Can anybody guess where I've come from? Any idea? Yes. America? Canada? No. If you listen to my accent, yes? UK, yeah. Can you understand my English? Yes. Okay. So I've come from England to Pakistan for the first time, and I'm really enjoying it here so far. My grandfather is from Pakistan. So once the lockdown lifted, I booked a flight and I just came to Pakistan alone. I've been in Hunza now for around coming up to 50 days. So I heard about this school, Hasegawa. I've been told that the children at Hasegawa are very sharp, they're very clever. Is there any questions you have for me? No, you have to ask me in English. English.
In English. Yes, you are supposed to ask her in English. How do you feel to be here in Hunza?
I love your culture. I love your language. अगर आपको उर्दू में भी पूछना है पूछ सकते हैं.
Afzal is asking about your education.
You Afzal? You Afzal, okay. What would you like to know? शर्माना नहीं, कुछ भी पूछे आप. अच्छा ठीक है, उर्दू में पूछ रहे हैं. इजाज़त है उर्दू में बात करने के लिए.
For today's you can.
अच्छा फिर मैं नहीं होती तो फिर बात अंग्रेजी में होनी है. अच्छा ठीक है. आपको कौन सी ज़बान में बात करना ज़्यादा पसंद है? अंग्रेजी में या उर्दू में?
I had assumed that the teaching system would be in their mother tongue Burusho, but it's all done in Urdu. So the kids are learning a third language in their second language. Imagine thinking in Burusho whilst learning English, whilst being taught in Urdu. 3 completely different languages going on at the same time that have zero similarities. Now, if that isn't impressive, I don't know what is.
We have got many potential future scientists and technologically sound boys and girls here in this school. So what we dream is that could it be possible for all of them to go to Tokyo, Japan? Japan community is ready to give us support to make the school rise into a university.
Wow.
And that is the dream.
Hasegawa may have never left this valley, but his legacy lives on, not just in stones and mortar, but in the minds of every student who has passed through these doors. Hasegawa School is not just dedicated to education, but to resilience, adventure, and the belief that knowledge, like the mountains, can lift us higher.
Another day, another school. Yesterday I went to the Japanese school, Hasegawa. Today I'm on my way to Alina and Sahil's school. Now Alina is 10 years old and Sahil is 8. Look at their daily route to school, it's such a cool route. Okay, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going, hopefully I won't get lost. Alina रास्ते में मिल गई, चलो मुझे स्कूल लेकर जाइए अपना, ठीक है? ठीक है, अब आगे चले. Hi! Yay! आपका स्कूल मिल गया, मुझे मैं गुम गई थी, पता है? I got lost, but I made it on time. Look, the kids are getting ready for assembly. कितने सालों से आप ये स्कूल चला रही हैं?
Last 6 years.
6 years. Wow. और स्कूल का नाम क्या है?
High Asia Mount City School.
अच्छा. और आप अभी तक थक नहीं गए बच्चों को पढ़ाते पढ़ाते?
थकना कहाँ, मैंने अभी इसको मज़ीद आगे लेके जाना है.
Assembly is always led by 2 of the students, and I was pleasantly surprised to see Sahil at the front today. They start the day with Islamic prayers. This is a chapter out of the Quran, the holy book for Muslims.
فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. Make me all today whole. Make me all today whole. Obedient to my parents. Obedient to my parents. Respectful to my teachers. Respectful to my teachers. Good to my friends. Good to my friends. And I hate you. And I hate you.
Ameen.
What is our slogan? We shall be vegan. What is our slogan? We shall be.
Watching this assembly, I can see why the people of Hunza are flying ahead in life. Blimey, if I had this in my school 20 years ago, I would have been a bloody millionaire by now.
We can do what we want to do.
Then it's time for the morning workout. They start with a stretch and a wiggle, followed by arms, clapping, clicking obviously because we can't forget those fingers and thumbs, shoulders, hips, then a jog, and by this point I was exhausted just watching them. आपने बहुत अच्छा किया. High five. ठीक है, मैं भी आ रही हूँ.
Okay, I'm not going to speak in Urdu now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to only speak in English.
Yeah.
Which subject do you like the most in this school? मेरी बात समझ आई? Okay.
My name is Kashan and my favorite name is subject is Science SST Maths.
What's SST?
Social
Social studies. Favorite subject is English with Asra.
I like maths.
A lot of people like maths. Who is the maths teacher? अच्छा शायद इसलिए पसंद है शायद उस्ताद बहुत पसंद है उर्दू वाओ आप पहले सीखे फिर मैं आपको हायर करूंगी और आप ही मेरी उस्ताद बने ठीक है Okay, what we're going to do now. Oh यार मेरे साइज से नहीं पूछा. So I would like to know, aside from Pakistan, which other countries do you know about? ठीक है आपको पता है दुनिया में मुल्क कितने? Yes? कितने मुल्क इस दुनिया में? Yes, Rosina. 1000 करोड़? अच्छा? Okay, this is one answer. What? Give me another answer. 4. No, we've got to speak in English, right? 4. 1000. There's 195. So out of 195 countries in this world, one is Pakistan. Another one is England, where I've come from. Iran, very good. Yes,
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
China.
Yes, Ali. G. India. I don't understand Urdu. You have to speak in English. One by one, you have to tell us your name, your age, your favorite color.
My name is Kiran. I am 7-year-old. I like color orange.
So, do you like the orange trees? They're very beautiful, aren't they? दरख्त कितने प्यारे लगे सारे पत्ते ऑरेंज हो गए हैं ना कितने प्यारे लग रहे पता है मैं खजा जो मौसम है ना इसी वजह से मैं हुंजा में रुकी हूँ क्योंकि मैं हुंजा से निकलने वाली थी I was going to leave हुंजा मेरे दोस्तों ने कहा नहीं अभी तो नहीं जा सकते हो अभी तो हुंजा का सबसे खूबसूरत मौसम शुरू होने वाला है You cannot miss the season खजा को अंग्रेजी में कैसे बोलना है Not spring, autumn, yes My Hunzaya friends like Alina and Sahil as well, they said you cannot leave, you have to see autumn because it's beautiful because everything becomes orange. Okay, well I would like to thank you very much for your time. I have full faith that you all will go very, very far in life. यकीन शाबाश अली अच्छा यकीन थोड़ा मुश्किल है तो मुझे पूरा यकीन है that all of you आप सब will go very far in life आप जिंदगी में बहुत आगे जाएंगे one final round of applause The lady who runs this school, she's given me class 1. They're all, I believe, 8 years old. आप सबको 103 पेज पे जाना है, ठीक है? हम आज speaking करें जी. So I'm going to do English speaking. नहीं तेरे सुनाने वाले जोर से. Count your things. Practice addition with a partner. I am now done for the day. That was exhausting. मैं जा रही हूँ. आप सबने मुझे बहुत थका दिया है. I'm now leaving. Teaching young kids is so hard. I'm exhausted. Allah Hafiz. This, ladies and gents, was a small scene out of episode 4 of my Pakistan series, which is a documentary about my 1-month experience of living with a tribe within the Burusho People. If you enjoyed this mini documentary about their schools, then you will absolutely love the main one. It's an incredibly moving story that will touch your heart, and you'll be fascinated by the Burusho way of life. I had the honour of watching my own work for the first time with a dear friend of mine. Alright, how are we watching your work? When I got it up on the sofa.
Should I get some popcorn? Should I get the popcorn?
Yeah, if you want, go for it.
Yeah.
And Mum's got popcorn.
Yeah, we've got popcorn and everything for the world premiere.
So weird to see me on a big telly. There we go, there I am.
Draw the curtains,
we could do.
yeah,
That's a good
cinema mode.
It's spectacular on the TV, so I highly recommend it. and we were both in tears by the end of it. I would return to Hunza to say goodbye. This, ladies and gents, was the story of a people, a culture, and a valley unlike any other. But more than that, it was my story of what it means to be truly taken in.
Yay! I kept it together, but you. Oh gosh, now I'm going to throw it up.
Oh God.
Education is very important for the Burusho people because it's the only way that they are able to progress in life when they come from such remote and cut-off areas where opportunities are minimal. And it's why my darling Himalayan sister has worked tirelessly to pursue education, and it gives me such pride that my baby now has an opportunity to study abroad. There are still numerous challenges that we are facing, which is why it would mean the absolute world to me if you are able to support my sister. The link is in the description box below, and just know that even the littlest bit would go a very long way. I hope you enjoy episode 4. It's one that is incredibly close to my heart, and those of you who decide to support my mountain sister, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Or as we say in Burusho, Juna.
Amazing, but yeah, especially that it just gets you, doesn't it?
None of that was supposed to happen. Like, who would have thought? I was so poorly, Poppy. It was so bad. Fever and
Food.
No. This is what's insane, because mountain weather is so different to sea level. Here at sea level, you would just wrap up, you'd be warm, the room would be heated, but there's none of that up there. Water is freezing glacier water. I'm so cold all the time, so my fever kept getting higher, and because my body was under so much stress, I kept vomiting.
Just rejecting the environment.
Stress,
The stress, the environment. Bad flu.
Yeah.
I mean, in the old days, people used to die from flu. Obviously, well, they still do now. Like, there's